As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Anthony Schwartz going to bring it out, and he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And right away, he lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bradford. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw here.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. Here's Schwartz bringing it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Now Willis to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. And the worst thing he can do is what you're saying right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Off the option, that's complete. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Vikings have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Here's Schwartz bringing it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Willis looking to throw it.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Willis.
That's into the hands of Edwards. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
A 3rd and 2. Here's Willis.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Willis takes the snap. They're going for it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to pick up the Titans' 1st down as the defense couldn't come up with a big play. In fact, they got 6 more than they needed. A gain of 8 on 4th and 2.
Ready?
Willis wants to pass it again.
Checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 3. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Willis will look to pass again here.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Edwards. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
On 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. At the 39-yard line.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. Yeah, he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
This a 2nd and 8. Willis now off play action.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try to buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This will be fielded at the 17. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Titan football.
You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, about that.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time for the Titans. 58 yards.
In motion right is Ridley. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
3rd and goal, Willis.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown.
Chigakonkwo
there to make the grab.
And the Titans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Groupie able to add the PAT.
And the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
The no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here we go. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now a 3rd and 6.
They'll look to throw.
He'll flip this out to Evans.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
To throw, here's Willis.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Willis looking to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 19. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now 4th down on as the punt team sending this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Complete. Jefferson to target. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up the block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Back to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll run here with Evans. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first-half lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Here's Schwartz bringing it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Shotgun snap to Willis.
Escaping the pressure right.
Willis throws another interception, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. And that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
They'll set up to throw.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's hit.
Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. Here's Willis.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do get it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try to get something more on the board on their side of the larger ball. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's go now. Back at the 49-yard line. Fight, 97. Get out of here with a win.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis and Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
3rd quarter starts with a run by Chris Evans.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team, both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Pulled in at the 24. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A pretty good looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain.
Well, there's something we haven't seen much of in this game, a really nice run. Do they decide to come back with it, or was that just a little flash, and maybe they continue to try and throw the ball?
So from the 37, here's 2nd down and a yard. Willis out of the gun.
Over the middle, complete. That's Edwards. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And they're going to speed things up here.
Willis now off of play action.
He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun to give to Spears.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Willis.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Edwards. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Willis looking to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Willis.
And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the 1st half have now followed them into the 2nd half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Here's Schwartz bringing it out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
All
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Here's Willis. He'll find Schwartz complete right side.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
1st and 10, it's Willis.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46.
Willis will look to throw it. A swing pass here to Edwards.
So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Willis slides safely, and he picks up the 1st down.
And quickly they get to the line.
To the air on 1st down, here's Willis.
This one caught by Ridley. And it's a Titans touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 33 yards.
And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. The point after, good by Groupie.
And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Beckham goes in motion left. They get this to Beckham on the perimeter. That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it. Not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple option quarterback in college, because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw.
That is caught,
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
Tackled by Christian Fulton.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Back to throw.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Back to throw, Willis.
It's complete to Hopkins. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On third down, here's Edwards. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Willis, got to have this one. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Let's go now.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Willis looking to throw it.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down.
So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on fourth down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Here we go.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On the draw, Evans. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Willis looking to throw on 1st down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Willis.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Now they'll change things up.
Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
Willis, 4th down, has to have it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's starting to look like that 3-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. 2nd down and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Bradford. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down.
Bradford. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Now Willis to throw.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Now Willis on 1st and 10.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
To throw, here's Willis. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Willis.
Checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the